Hello, members. Very good morning. Thank you for joining my channel. As a token of thanks, this video is going to be released specially for you. Now, this is one of the most important videos that I'm going to do in the recent times. As you can see, the name of the video is Knock Knock Knocking on Recession Door. Now, we are on the verge of a recessionary downturn. This has been speaking for quite some time now. Now the red signals, those are which are my exit signals, they have partially starting to show red fire up signals. So I thought this is a good time to have this discussion. Before this discussion, if you read any great books, be it from 100 years back or be it from recent books, everywhere great traders are saying that we have to know when not to trade. What this means, let me share a chart with you. So this is a Swan energy chart. The Swan energy is giving me a sell signal. That means currently I cannot buy this stock. That means, do I have to know when not to trade? Like, this is the time when we don't trade because it's in the down phase. We are only interested in the up phase of the market. Now, when the big traders are saying that we have to know when not to trade, is this what they are meaning, that when our system is saying that you should not trade, is that the time you're looking to do you should not trade? Well, not exactly. Of course, when our system is saying don't trade, we don't take trade. But this is also goes beyond any kind of setup that we are having. If we look at the past 90 to 100 years of stock market history, we broadly had 16 or 15 downturns in the last 90 years. Means every 15 downturn means in this downturn, indices have gone down more than 25% in at least 15 of the occasions in the last 90 years. That means every 6 years, we are having a major downturn on an average. That means this is a systemic risk, this is a cyclical risk that we have to aware of, and this is a signal when not to trade. These cyclical downturns are characterized by recession as well as major market crash. Now, there are several factors I take a look at when I'm looking at this market risk. One of the important factors is from the bond market. Bond market is one of my favorite that gives out different variety of the fundamental signals. For example, currently, if you look at the US interest rates curve, this is the US interest rate, 1 month, 3 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 7 year, 10 year, and 30 year. If you look closely, you'll see to the 1 year interest rates is still above the 10-year interest rates, which is not normal, because if we go for a longer tenure, we are taking risk, especially the interest rate risk. Even if there is no default risk, means the government bond, so the government will pay back, so there is no default risk. But there is an interest rate risk. If interest rate goes up, obviously that's a major risk. Now, as we go for longer tenure, we should be compensated by higher bond interest rates. Currently, it is not happening. ये जो हो रहा है इसको बोलते हैं inverted yield curve. Whenever inversion of the US yield curve has happened historically, a recession has always followed, at least in the 99% of the case. This is one major signal that we are in a recessionary phase. And when from inversion, previously 2-year interest rate was even higher than the 10-year, which is currently not. But previously it was. Now, as the curve now gradually becoming normal, we usually head towards the recession. Now, this recession is distinctly of 3 phases. first phase is the very big buy phase that exactly started. Let me remove the asset master and bring the actual chart, and let me show you Nifty. Nifty, the first recessionary signal that is on the buy side, that came in July 2022. So this is the July 2022. This is where we are getting the buy signal, cyclical buy signal. Now where we are heading towards is more of an exit. I rely on two exit. One exit has already come. Whenever 10-year minus 2-year, after being negative, it goes back to the positive, like it is back to the positive right now. After being negative for very long, it is gone back to the positive. When it's going back to the positive, that is my first round of long-term investment ka square off signal. Means I'm now gradually starting to square off and looking for more safe haven opportunities like bonds. Now my second signal will be when this spread moves above the 0.2% barrier and keeps on moving. That will be my further exit signal. But if the curve starts to go back down again, we might see the another round of equity rally, which we saw in 2008-9. Now this is one of the indicators. If we look closely, let's go to US macro. This is my, by the way, my favorite website, Macro Micro. Those who are interested in taking subscription, you can take it. You should use the special coupon code I have for students. You can get a 67% discount. So in the United States, I will look at the US employment, because employment is an important indicator to show these sell-offs. Now, in this one, I will show you SAM rule, Claudia SAM. I have also covered this in my previous macro video. Claudia SAM का recession rule का जो indicator है, that has given a signal that we are moving towards the recessionary phase. This is not just the only one. Percentage of United States, why US? If you have done my class, you know why US. Every time major market crash associates with the US recession. Now, these shadow area are the recessionary areas where you can see percentage of states that experience a decline in employment goes up. Currently, the levels that I'm seeing is touching those of the previous recessionary levels. So this is a definite warning that different warning, recessionary signal is there. It is a time to play cautiously. Now, the challenge in this phase is that we exactly cannot know from which day or from which week the sell-off is coming. So that means there will be a transition period. Transition period means what? Transition period means, let me once again go back to Nifty and sectors. So Nifty, the July 2022 से जो buy signal चालू हुआ है, cyclical buy, उसका exit signal अभी आ रहा है. So this is not a sell signal. This is an exit signal from those long trades. Now the exit signal के बाद there will be a transition period, because you understand market directly never goes to like bullish and then again goes to bearish. Never happens like that. Market goes bullish, it becomes bullish range, it becomes bearish range, and then market crash down to bearish phase. So we might see further consolidation and even further rally is also possible, because recessionary ka final exit signal, sell signal has not arrived. First level of exit from the buy has arrived. Soon the second round or the final round of exit from the buy trade will arrive, and that I'm expecting with the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve पे चलते हैं. चलिए, topic central bank. इस हफ्ता is very very important. Every week का job होता है ये, that you look at the trading economics or any other economic calendar. Basically you look at it, that is available with investing.com, trading view. You just take a look at the calendar, and in the calendar you press which important data you want to see. Like I would like to see 3-star. It's somehow not coming. No problem, I'll go to market or say analysis. I think it will come at daily. So macro micro daily, I can see lot of key data. One of them is US ka Federal Reserve ka interest rate decision. In addition to that, we have Bank of England interest rate decision, we have China interest rate policy, as we have Japan interest rate policy as well. कई सारे central bank data is coming, but don't be fooled that this is the most important data that is coming up, or even the US Federal Reserve interest rate decision. Now, if I go to the central bank, I can see that when I click on the Fed, what's the market expectation? Market expectation has somehow changed. Currently, it is being priced that the Fed will give almost 50 basis points rate cut. So I'm a bit on the doubtful side. I think Fed can start with the 25 basis points. Obviously, what will be the impact? This one I'm going to discuss in the live market. मेरा live marathon चालू होगा from Thursday. जो लोग eligible है, you can join the marathon. Thursday से चालू होगा, covering this Federal Reserve. Sorry, Wednesday रात से चालू होगा, 7:30 onwards. Will remain connected throughout and almost till Friday with the Bank of Japan interest rate decision. So जैसे Federal Reserve will cut the interest rates, the short-term interest rates are going to drop. The short-term interest rates are going to decline with the Federal Reserve. And that can make our indicator that I'm closely watching the spreads, they can further move towards the positive. Like this one, 30 or minus 3 months is still negative. This one will also start moving towards the positive territory. That means we will be getting close to the recessionary phase. I'm closely looking at 3 factors this time which can trigger the recession. One of them is China, Chinese weakness, especially in the corporate construction market in China. Construction or real estate plays a very, very important role. And housing sales have been more or less declining, but better measure is housing prices. China national housing prices, it has still be in decline and a heavy decline. So Chinese construction market and related debt जो है, that can create an explosion, leading to Chinese currency depreciation and impact on emerging market currencies as well. Second, I'm looking at geopolitical crisis. Geopolitical crisis that is brewing with Ukraine, Russia one side, and another side which will, I think, will be visible more with the charts. If I go to maritime shipping, I'll be able to that the Suez Canal, which is a very important shipping route, the volume has fallen due to geopolitical tension in the Red Sea. And it is going down further lower. That means the crisis, geopolitical crisis, is still simmering well. This is a tension, but this I think will be related more with the US election, who gets elected. That will have a decisive outcome on the geopolitics. Will it be Donald Trump or will it be Kamala Harris? Probably if it's Kamala Harris, then I think geopolitics, that's my view, geopolitical risk will significantly go up. Now, the third one I'm looking at, the interest rates. The interest rates, if I look at the long-term interest rate and in the long-term chart, though interest rates are very sharply declining, they have broken a very, very long-term trend line. And though this fall is encouraging in terms of lower interest rates, it is also possible that the interest rates are not going to come back to the previous levels we have seen. Any kind of breakout, if we know that the breakout generally tends to test this breakout level area or a bit lower, and then finally, if the breakout is successful, again goes up. This is a very, very sharp decline in long-term interest rates. I've gone into long-term bonds and benefiting from the price gain through this. My portfolio has gone into more bonds as the recessionary risk has been going up, and I've been reducing my equity portfolio, and I'm participating more and more specific stock specific risk managed way. So we are heading towards this risk, but please note some portion cannot be forecasted. Like we can forecast that we are on a recessionary phase, but on which day, which exact date it will start to go down, that cannot be predicted. So generally it will require a patience that you have to let the phase go by, and once it goes by, I think we'll be good to go again on the equities, and we can expect very, very good run. So my only 2 cents to give you will be careful in this phase. Historically, the structures जो हमें दिख रहा है, be it US employment, be it bond spread, all of them historically has pointed toward recession in the right time, and this time they are flashing red. So it is will be a good idea to remain cautious in the market and exercise one of the most important virtue, that is patience. So that's all, friends. Thank you so much for joining in this video, members. This video is especially for you. अगर आपको पसंद आ रहा है, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. All the best from my side, and as always, happy trading.